The price of freedom is death. We're coming to get our check.
Black first, brothers and sisters, welcome to the Afro Elite YouTube channel. I am your host, Afro Elite. Before we get started on this very special broadcast, very special interview, please make sure you guys are subscribed by hitting that subscribe button and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. Also, leave a like and share this on your various social media platforms because that helps the reach and it helps the growth of the channel. Let me give some shout outs while we're waiting on our special guest. Shout out to Devin, says B1 happy Monday. Happy Monday to you. You know, this is a very important week, very special week. So happy Monday to you. Let me see. Our good brother Cyberdyne is in here. Good evening. Good evening to our brother. Good evening to Bruce. B1 Bruce. Tatum Man. It says, peace, God, peace, gods, goddesses in the chat. FBA B1, B1 to you. Our sister Harlem 9, B1. Brian is in here, and Sabrina B1 to every single. There's a lot of people in here. Okay, so we are waiting. Actually, that's why we're a couple minutes behind. It's no big deal. Dr. Short is gonna be with us in a couple minutes. So as we're waiting on Dr. Short, let me just chop it up with you guys. Ask how's your weekend been going. Also too, something very important. Okay, all right, he's here. We'll talk about that. I want to spend time talking about the expo, but without any further ado, I know you guys love it every time he's here. I do. So without any further ado, I'm not going to waste your time. We're going to have our good brother, very special guest, Dr. Randy Short is with us live. Dr. Short, how are you today?
I'm fine, Afro Wonder.
It's good. First off, thank you for coming back. Thank you for coming back. It's good to have you back.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. You invite me when you want me to come.
Well, yeah. Now I know there's a lot that's been going on, a lot that we want to discuss. So the first thing I want to ask the audience is, because they might not be aware, especially to the degree you were. I wasn't even aware to the degree you said you were. So who is this Knechi Taifa?
Nkechi Taifa.
Okay.
Okay.
See, I didn't even get the name right.
That's well. I'm not mad at you. Okay, you get so many things right. I can let you get this person's name wrong. Look, it's real simple. I'm going to go personally with this. All right. And Nkechi Taifa is I don't know where she's from, but I know she attended Howard University in the middle 1970s. I know because I met her in either 1975 or 76. The latest 77. So I was either 10, 11, or 12 when I met her. I'm 58 now. So I've known her a long ass time. And Nkechi Taifa was active with all the Black radical students at Howard University. I know because I used to meet at my house.
Okay.
And Nkechi Taifa was, I think, connected to the Republic of New Africa. There was a group called Students Against Political Prisoners. There was a group called the Shakula Food Corp. The first Kwanzaa I ever went to, and Nkechi Taifa was reciting poetry in a cook hall at Howard University in either 77 or 78.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen this lady basically most of my life. In 2001, in April, We met Tupac Shakur's godmother, Sada Shakur, in Havana, Cuba. So I know Nkechi Taifa, someone that runs with radical leftist, Black nationalistic, Pan-Africanistic type circles. I mean, I always thought she was cool. Okay. She may have been boinking a brother named Rodney Holloman that used to live in my house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back, right? I'm one face that they absolutely don't want to see, because you've been seeing my face for over 45 years. I never knew, I always knew her as an anti-police brutality person, Black freedom. That's all I knew. Until one day about 12 years ago, I saw her in downtown DC on M Street, and she saw me and she began running. Mind you, the first time I ever met Nkechi, she was sitting on a couch in my parents' brownstone in my house. So I'm thinking, I'm a kid, you're a college student hanging at my house, and then all these years later, you see me after knowing me over the years, and you start running like I'm a rapist or a monster. I'm trying to think, what's going on? I never knew I had any issues. I'd never had sharp words. I always had respect and honor for her, because she seemed to be a committed person, committed to Black people. And so I was so perturbed by it, trying to figure out, God, what's going on? DC, I call it the District of Coons. There's so many coons in DC. I mean, there's so many coons in DC. DC Black folk didn't even march on Washington with Dr. King. A lot of DC people didn't make the Million Man March. DC folk live in their own cooned out world of government and local municipal jobs and such. A lot of DC people, I mean, we're in a paradise ghetto and shit. People need to understand. In DC, Black folks were getting government jobs 220 years ago. That sounds crazy as shit to you in Chicago, doesn't it?
Yeah.
See, Benjamin Banneker was a government contractor. That nigga had a government job.
Yeah.
His biggest occupational hazard is getting chased by slave catchers at night to say, nigga, what are you doing out here? I'm building a capital for white people to oppress Black people. Where are your papers? Right? My brother, 110 years ago, 109 years ago, they had to segregate DC's federal government system. In other words, prior to 109 years ago, the federal government wasn't segregated in terms of jobs for Black people.
Okay.
That shit sounds crazy.
It does, yeah.
So niggas here, it's the best of both worlds, and then it's the worst of both worlds if you're a broke Negro. So you got a color issue, you got a hair issue. DC is so fake. So you always looking over your shoulder because of all the fake ass people. You can't get a job if you're a dude unless you're gonna suck a dick, get fucked up the ass. The uglier the white person is, the uglier the Black person is, the more they're gonna bother you. So that's just how it is. Let me get back to Nkechi. So I was so taken aback by her running from me, scared, looking over her shoulder like it's gonna hurt her. And I was thinking, I was trying to figure out what would make Nkechi trip on me. And then I was thinking, Nkechi was down on M Street. I was down on M Street. I was on my way to an interview on Press TV, which comes from Iran.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put one and two together. She's against what I'm doing. You know, all I'm talking about is Black people need to get theirs. I
Mm-hmm.
says, well, so
Now,
I start calling around saying, okay, somebody help me. In fact, the brother's from Chicago. You should interview him one day. I'll give you his number.
yeah,
He talks a whole lot.
for the sake of the audience, so they know why we're talking about who this person is and why we're talking about this person. If you guys haven't seen this was a reparations, I guess, format committee, and
That's
this
going to
person,
happen on this Thursday.
yes, this person that we're talking about, Nkechi, she's the director of that. So this is
And the
why we're
other woman
talking
that's
about
right
this.
next to her, she's been pushing the genocide jab. They're the
Mm,
dynamic duo of death. And what you
okay.
have to understand is what Nkechi is pushing is that reparations should be for everybody. Once again, niggas bail out everybody and nobody bail out niggas. That's why I'm bitching. And this is supposedly a Pan-Africanist radical system, but the brother from Chicago, the founder of the Chicago Black Panther Party, a member of the Republic of New Africa, a member of SNCC, number one assistant to Kwame Ture, aka Stokely Carmichael, Bob Brown, Robert Brown of Chicago. I called him because he's like a big brother and says, brother, I just saw Nkechi. I know Nkechi my whole life. But what? I mean, I learned about COINTELCOUNTERPRO from Nkechi Taifa. She had a little poem. I'm going to recite a poem she said back in 1976. COINTEL got blacks in jail. They opened up our mail. They tapped our phones. They broke our bones and never gave us bail. That's the kind of poetry and all that she would be spitting out. That I grew up listening to her because I would hang with older people. People take me to Black Panther rallies and all this kind of stuff. I mean, I grew up seeing Stokely and all those other people. I mean, I don't know. I never liked kid shit. I thought Santa Claus was a pedophile and cookies and milk was a dead giveaway. Nah, I don't want no sweets. I want you with your tight ass red clothes to get the hell out of my house. And what's a man running around with stockings and shit for? Nah. And the deer, that's nasty. Deers are stags. And it's all male deers. Nah. Get the hell out my house. I was never into that. The Easter bunny was strange because I'm thinking rabbits that screw have bunnies, not eggs. So I said, there's something nasty about this. I don't like to see. So I always did adult stuff, except for porn. And
yeah, I hope not. I hope not.
Well, I don't like. I mean, porn is crude. However, I do think pussy should be a religion if it isn't one. And pussy probably is a religion. Look, you're smiling. You believe it too. I mean, if it isn't religion, we could make a lot of money. You wouldn't have to work as hard as we do. Okay. Anyway, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's be serious.
Yeah.
So Bob Brown says, my brother, Nkechi has a lot of reasons to be afraid of you. That's just like, what? She's known me since I was a kid. I mean, she come to my house. I mean, it says, that's when you were a kid. You were young and cute. Now you're old, ugly, and dangerous. And it says, how so? It says, well, the ugly is still true. The dangerous, well, there's a possibility. And it says, well, how? It says, you don't think that people don't see your ass on television saying all this crazy shit? I says, well, doesn't she agree with that? I says, wasn't she for Pan-Africanism and Black River? And it says, she's been paid. She's crossed over. I says, what do you mean? Her? She was at Howard. She's a professor at law. She's the most hostile professor against police brutality and Black folks getting killed. And it says she works for Soros. She works for George Soros. She's been bought. She used to be. The money got good to her. She was tired of being hungry, tired of having nothing. She got bought. She's been bought. What she's afraid of, short, is that you haven't been bought. You don't want white pussy. You don't want money. That you're dangerous. You're still committed to shit. They can't buy you. Therefore, you're an enemy based on principle. So you said she's been seeing you since you've been 10 years old. You still talking crazy black shit. You haven't gotten a white wife, don't have a house. You're not out in the suburbs. Nigga, they think you crazy. What's wrong with you? It's time to sell out, right? Join the boule. She works for Soros. Look it up. Open Society. You'll see her. So I look, and there she was on Open Society. Open Society is George Soros, who was born George Schwartz, a Hungarian Jew whose family changed their identity to survive the Nazis and also helped sell out fellow Jews to survive. The Open Society is George Soros's subversive charity that is promoting his utopian, his utopian idea. George Soros hates nationalism, which means a person like me who is, a lot of folks don't know, there's a thing called Black nationalism. I guess I would be a nationalistic Black person because I recognize us as a nation. George Soros and these other people promote something that's different from Black nationalism. They promote what's called people of color. All of this is like this communistic thing of all of the people coming together and shit. That's never worked for us. It's never happened for us joining up with everybody else. We're the first fucked and we're the last married. It's time for us to stop doing this. Soros has been working to hijack the Black movement. You have to understand that many people have sought to use Black people as cannon fodder to either take down America or shape America in their image. First example, the British offered Blacks their freedom if they fought against the American Revolution. The British also offered freedom if they fought against America in the War of 1812. Are you understanding me?
Yeah, I'm following you.
The communists have been trying to recruit Blacks to have a Negro Republic in the South, starting back in 99 years ago at the Communist International, also called Comintern. That's where the idea of 5 states in the South for Black people. This was a communistic idea to use Black people to create a revolution that would break up America. The communists and other leftists like Soros believe in a thing called the Revolutionary Holocaust. The Revolutionary Holocaust is the necessity of a minimum of 10% of a people being exterminated in order to create the new society. Guess who the fuck's number is close to 10% in this country?
Our numbers.
Exactly. And Nkechi Taifa and people, and it's not just her. She was a bag woman. The Open Society, through George Soros, funds Black Lives Matter. They fund all the abortion stuff. They fund the trans stuff. They fund the gay stuff. The Open Society wants total amnesty for all the illegals in the country. That's a total erasure of Black people. And Nkechi Taifa and everybody that's dealt with Soros is for Black extermination. How can these motherfuckers be to give amnesty to the 40 million people in this country illegally? And you're for reparations for everybody, meaning they're for reparations for the illegals as well as us being erased. And Nkechi, if she sees me, the last time I saw her in 2016, she started shaking again and started calling me Reverend Short. And everybody knows Reverend Short is crazy. But you need to know that Soros, they've bought all the black politicians. They bought the churches. They bought the activists through people like Nkechi throwing around money. They bought the black college professors. The black elite has already sold out the black masses. We're dead fucking meat waiting for the buzzards and the vultures to eat us. And so that little thing with Ray Winbush, he's on that goddamn flyer.
I'm sure
who started the Race Relations Institute at Fisk University, now at Morgan State. All of these black intellectual types, they're basically grifter, beggar folks. They've got pretty decent jobs at the university. They travel the world. They talk Pan-Africanism and all this shit. In reality, they have a good job. They've got a fairly good life. They're living better than 9/10 of black folks. They never come up with solutions. Their job isn't about coming up with solutions. They're not leadership. Look, you want to get a tenured position at a lot of these universities? Fuck somebody. Suck somebody. Coon out. Sell out. You'll get tenure. There's been a purge of black educators, purge of progressive, radical black pastors. Everybody that's for black people is out and out, and dumb fuck black folks like your audience, the people who vote for Obama and Biden and want Michelle Obama to run for president. They think that whore, Kamala Harris, is a black woman. In fact, Kamala Harris is so fucking stupid that when her staff came to her saying that inflation ate up their COLA, ruined their COLA, basically made their COLA flat, she says, well, I just drink Pepsi. That's how stupid she is.
Wow.
Black folks who are basically licking the asshole of a racist Democratic Party, or the Republicans licking the ass of the Republicans who basically, the Democrats want souls to the polls and the Republicans are into voter suppression. Both agree black last. But 9/10 of Negroes are running after Biden's racist ass. We're being set up to be destroyed. And look, Nkechi Taifa, who has a new thing, she left Soros in 2018, 2019, after about 18 and 19 years working for Soros. Of course, she's probably still funded because she got those connections. She has her thing called Second Chance. So she's talking about new opportunities for people that went to jail, this, that, and the other. But you know what? She's not alone. You heard about all these little nigger preachers who now work as the police to watch people once they leave prison. So now the preachers are pushing genocide jabs and they're spying on all the ex-cons. These niggas didn't speak out against mass incarceration. They haven't done anything for economic development in the community. No, they haven't, most of them. Now, the people who are the victims of the absence of economic development, bad schools and everything else, they get paid off of them watching them. And if they die, they get paid for their funerals too. We're being eaten alive by this. And what you see with Nkechi and the others as people who have credibility, and I'm going to emphasize this, we're going to have to start going after traitors in our community, even if they have pussies, as hard as it is for black men. One of the reasons that we're never going to have, we don't have any discipline, not in our drawers, not in our brains. I see a fat ass, it has to be okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sorry. And I'm just sorry. Black men, if fucking good, freed people, damn, we should be minority rulers of America.
Yeah.
So it's so back to Nkechi. They've been using black, weaponized, greedy, opportunistic, grifter black females in particular, like ugly Karen Bass and Los Angeles, who looks like a shaved down version of the Gremlins and shit. I mean, you got my mayor in DC, a Bowser who looks like Arsenio Hall with no mustache.
Wow.
I'm serious. You had that thing, the one that looked like Beetlejuice, Dykefoot.
That's
And now
true.
you got a nigga that looks like Barbara Jordan with the beard and shit. Where'd he get those fucked up 1960 glasses and shit? I mean, there must be some heirloom shop for drag queens where he got that shit from. And he looks shaky. He looks moist. He looks like a punk. I don't care how many kids he has. I don't care. I don't care. And another one that looks kind of moist, Bragg, the one that let Neely get strangled at second-degree murder. That little punk-ass bathhouse-looking nigga in New York, the prosecutor. But let's talk about the No Good Sisters. Sorry-ass black women. Every black woman is not a freedom fighter. Every black woman isn't strong. Some are fat, ugly, traitorous, and downright wicked. And maybe their pussy deserves a good appraisal, but we're not talking about pussy. We already agree it's a religion. And I believe it too. But
okay, all right. Let me be serious.
I'm being serious.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to get serious. All right, keep going.
I have to talk for real because this is where we are. You see Lizzo with her ass hanging out, and people call that female empowerment.
Yeah.
I mean, so if you have your titties hanging out, that's female empowerment. You see, and what ends up happening is the dude who says he's a woman, since there's so much power in womanhood, he wants to use the restroom with the dick. He thinks it's empowerment when he hangs his dick out in the woman's restroom. We've got to have some discipline. We've got to have some order. We have to have some standards. And we have to begin to demand it of everybody, old and young, male and female. And there's only two genders, male and female. If you're trans, I heard y'all have a monkeypox epidemic in Chicago. So, we'll be able to spot your ass, even if you do have your little Adam's apple shaved down. It's time for us to get serious about dealing with, and let me tell you something, any people that want to be free, start making order, rules, and policies and implementing it. Don't just tell people to be on code, make their asses get on code. People seem to not understand that the Black Panthers made Black professionals provide services for poor Black folks. Nowadays, if you get arrested, I know folks who have problems. They're Black lawyers who won't even do it. You start offering them money, they won't do anything. They just want to wear an expensive suit and tell you that they went to Yale or Harvard and talk down to you because you don't know legalese. But when it comes down to doing some actual law, if the motherfuckers even pass the bar, they don't want to help anybody.
That's true.
They don't. I mean, you can't get anything from them. I'm thinking, what's the fucking purpose? Let me tell you something. I've told the story before, but I asked the late Congressman Donald Payne, what the fuck use are nigga congressmen if they don't protect Black women and girls? He didn't have an answer. And yes, I asked his ass to his face. It was in April 2011. And when he didn't do that, I told him God was going to strike his ass down. He wouldn't live another 12 months. He died 11 months later of cancer up his ass. Surprise, surprise. Yes, I confronted his ass. And we need to get in the faces of our traitors. They need to say, look, I don't have anything against Nkechi as a person, but this political shit she's on that's destroying us, I'm against it. Let me tell you something that she and others did. You need to put her picture up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna because hers isn't up here. There's 3 other. I guess these are the speakers, but she's the director, so I'm gonna
see. They don't want you to see that, but see, that thing is some Soros shit. Soros is against Black people getting their act together. Soros sees unified people's movement as dangerous. So you start looking at people like that bitch Stacey Abrams who gets Soros money, where you can't, Black is offensive. You can't say Black anymore. All this crazy shit. I mean, you're a nigger when the police stop you. Everything is Black until a person has an opportunity to do what's right in terms of policy for us. And then all of a sudden you can't say it.
This is her website here. I guess this is her book, Justice, Culture, and Education, or something. So this is what she's about.
She says.
Yeah, she says. And yeah,
but you see, you can't take a person's money that's against genuine Black freedom and be for it. See, let me tell you something. This is why our community and why our country is fucked up. And I'm going to blame again you goddamn feminist hoes out there. To teach women to be a man and a woman at the same time and all this duality shit and woman's intuition and shit. Did you ever take a college class and the teacher gave an assignment and the women decided not to do what the teacher said the teacher was to do because they were female? You were male. You knew you better do exactly what the teacher said. Did you ever experience that ever in school where the girls got to do whatever they wanted, like going to the bathroom in school? If you may not even be allowed to go and piss if you're a boy in class. They wouldn't dare tell a girl they can't go to the bathroom. They won't dare time them either. You get where I'm coming from? If you had to go to the bathroom and you had to shit, you better make that shit pop out fast because they'd be all on you if it took you more than 4 or 5 minutes to go to the bathroom. If you're a young woman and you go to the bathroom and you don't come back to class and you left like 10 minutes in and class ends 45 minutes later, no one's going to say anything to you because she can go down and say, well, he's insensitive to me because I'm female. Even if all the girls are eating each other out in the bathroom, nobody checks. That happens in DC. The girls rape and fuck girls and no one said. Now, if boys put their hand on a girl's titty, they call the police. Even if she grabbed his dick, he touched her titty, right? We've had this thing where women are not wrong. They can fuck a million guys, pick the loser who's not there, mess him up for child support, get him to pay in cash, lie on him, then they could pay again, then not let him see the kids. All this shit where everything is one-sided towards women, it's fucked up. And their bastards come fucked up, and it's fucking up our society. And it's time for us to tell. In fact, that's why all this passport brothers shit and all this other stuff is happening because the sisters are out of order, many of them, and off code. Would drive a tractor trailer truck over a brother like you to get to a nigga that would beat their ass and fuck their kids. And then want to talk to you on the phone to get emotional support from you to stay with the nigga that's trying to strangle with the telephone cord. This is the kind of shit that has to stop. And if these are the people making most of the children born in our community, we're doomed. And the only kind of man they like is a dude that has bastards with another 10 other women. Figure her pussy's tighter than the other 50. I don't believe that shit. In fact, it reminds me of that song by, what's that group? The Spinners. Rubber Band Man. That's the kind of pussy you got. That's why he doesn't stay. It's time for us to demand order. The feminists, the LGBTQ, and even in your city of Chicago, this bitch, I think her name is Yarborough, the whole concept of intersectionality, where everything is connected, comes from a Black lesbian that was at the university. She lives in your city. Let me pull up her name. Pull it up. Intersectionality. It's a Black lesbian where everything is interconnected and we all have to be together. Can't be with the Black man. She can munch on some white carpet, get her teeth flossed, but she can't have a child with the Black man and have a family. That's too. I'm a citizen of the world.
Well, what is her name? I'm looking it up now.
No. I mentioned it. I'm gonna pull it up. Intersectionality. What's this hoe's name? Let me get her name. Damn, bro. Historical feminist thought. Hold on. Historical background. Her name is Kimberly Crenshaw.
Yep. That's the first thing that popped up when I searched intersectionality.
It's a Black lesbian that's at the University of Chicago where they experiment on all of you Black people. Same way they got Johns Hopkins experimenting on Blacks in Baltimore. You have all these institutions, white institutions, messing over Black people. The Smithsonian, they were taking naked pictures of Black girls in the early 1900s, letting a white pedophile go down on Black babies and taking pictures. Real talk. And by the way, the black elite supported the white man that raped, at his own estimate, 5,000 black female children. Real talk. Stud.
Just giving the audience a visual, letting the audience get a visual of who we're.
And just because you want her to back that ass up doesn't mean that she's for the people. You know, brothers get it twisted. You know, a good ass isn't necessarily a good person.
That's true.
So, and so our leadership, let's just get to the thing. Our leadership is dirty. Black leaders are trash. They're scum. Religious, influencers. We have to purge these trashy, filthy people. In fact, if you're young, get rid of these old niggas my age and older. They've been around too long. If they know anything, they're not going to tell you. We need a civil war in the black community. We need a war between blacks and coons. And may the angriest side win.
I agree.
You're going to have to decide between being a Mason and being black. Being a Greek with the brand on your dick or brand on your titty, or being black. Being Roman Catholic or being black. Being a sodomite or being black. Being a druggie or be black. Being a gangbanger or being black. Being a holy roller, Jesus coming back tomorrow, you haven't even read your fucking Bible, or black. We need to have this separation line. Separate the wheat from the tares. Whether you're a woman, are you black? Or are you into your nutsack to the point where you're looking at every toothless Becky? She's so juicy. He's looking at some white homeless bitch in the power chair getting an erection. I mean, every time I see a sorry white woman, I can just imagine how many brothers would give their lives to sleep with her. You know, this is what the white supremacists used to say. These simps are so vile. They make the white races true. That's humiliating to those of us who've tried to live decent lives. You're going to have to decide between being a junkie or being black, a Luciferian, or some backward-looking conscious community tripped out fake-ass personality cult following dumbass niggas who are talking about shit thousands of years ago and can't get the fucking broken glass off the block or go to PTA to get the damn drag queens off the bodies of babies in our schools.
Real talk.
Or a mega church bench warmer where your little pedophile preacher talking about prosperity that he doesn't share with your asses, or be black. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with us? Talking about all the power of voodoo and shit. Well, damn, if voodoo's so strong, why is Haiti so fucked up? Decide whether you're being a god with the small G and you can't pay your damn cell phone bill, or be black. Or are you bushy or black? Or upwardly mobile or black? You're going to have to decide if you're biracial or black.
I fully agree.
It's time. I mean, enough of this shit. I'm tired of this. I mean, and I want to say something to all the little fake niggas out there that are part Aboriginal, Indigenous American. You know what the fuck I mean. Okay. So, yeah, I'm Pamunkey and Powhatan and Piscataway and Anacostia and Cherokee. But what does that mean to the people that stop me on the street when I'm profiled? Those are all Seminole, Creek, Blackfeet. It's just another way of saying nigger.
Yeah.
So let's work with black And we can work out the fine print of shit later. Maybe I got some Yamasee shit too. But they've psyched us out of this whole Indian shit. Now, I left some other shit out. You have to decide between being Muslim or black. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go there. I gotta say some shit. Because Malcolm X's birthday was the other day, and the black Muslims that killed Malcolm, those niggas are unrepentant because they're Muslim first, black last. Whole lot of folks know. I went down, I trashed little fake ass white Jesus. You know, white Jesus was actually the white Jesus niggas did more for us than the Negroes following Muhammad. I said that too. Yes, I did. All these Negroes into all these new ass religions, they're even more useless to black people than the little fake ass people in the church where they pass the plate like 100 times and shit. And the church has so many fucking words in the damn title until you don't have a billboard long enough to say the name of the church. We're the first institutional fire baptized Holy First Rising Church of Christ. Our choir director's gay. We're affirming. I'm like, damn, shit. Let me stay home. I'll pray at home. Shit. I can't do that. In fact, yeah, nigga Christians don't even pray to God. It's Sabbath. It's Saturday, niggas. I mean, you're all up in a little punk ass Roman Catholic Church thing doing it on Sunday. We don't even get God right for those that are like with the old black shit. And then the new shit, they're equally fucked up. And for the Pan-Africanist, I haven't forgotten you niggas. I'm a reciprocal Pan-Africanist. Something for something. Like, I went to Red Lobster with some friends. You know, when you take a woman to Red Lobster, you at least expect a hand job or something, right? If you go to Red Lobster 2 or 3 times, you're a chump if you didn't come away with something. I'm sorry, you know, a marriage proposal, something, right? We've been going to Red Lobster for decades with these niggas from other countries, and we've never gotten a hand job. We've never gotten a BJ. We haven't gotten a poussey. I mean, they haven't backed that ass up. They haven't given us a second, another set of citizenship to their country or land agreements. They come to us when they have a fucking war, crisis, or famine and shit, and they want shit snappy. And in fact, they use us to get close to white folks and turn on us. Most, not all. Not mad at Africans. Okay. Not mad at Caribbeans. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But Pan-Africanism needs to start within the 50 states and the territories of the United States. We need to be a fucking pan to ourselves. Pan-Africanism in one country first. We need to tie our shit together of all the different complexions. You know, brother, Afro, my mother, who's upstairs, and, you know, she can't help it, asked me if I had a complexion bar because I've been out farming. I'm growing blackberries, strawberries, blueberries, leeks. I've got okra. I'm going to put it all in the ground in the next day or so. I already have the seeds done. I've got to put my hibiscus down. I'm growing some flowers. So I'm growing irises and what are those things called? Gladiolas and Asian lilies. I mean, I love, you know, nature and all. And so I've gotten darker because I've been outside. You know, my mother, she's kind of cool as too. Do you have a complexion bar? I need to tell my mother, I stayed outside to get darker. I didn't like being light skinned. Once I began to understand this stuff, I've done everything I could to get darker. I don't ever want anyone to ask, am I mixed and shit? Like, I can't, that shit makes me feel violent. I'm black, period.
Yeah.
Don't ask me, but I don't like that stuff. Makes me angry. I hate colorism. I hate that shit so much. DC is full of bullshit colorism. I fucking hate it. I'm named for a color, a light skinned white past nigga that hated black. He hated my ass. I don't even use the name. I dislike him so much. I didn't go to his funeral and shit. I felt great. I don't know where his ass is buried. I don't want to know. I hate colorism. We need to be pan about that shit. Pan about hair. Pan about whether I'm from up north or from down south, or if I sound like I know folk in DC, they hear me, and it takes them about 20 years to discover you're really black. You're okay. You don't hate. I've never done anything against black folks, but they hear the voice and decide, he looked down on us, he hate us, he an enemy, he a traitor, he a coon, right? And these niggas be selling out. You know, I worked as a waiter for a seafood place. And because I spoke proper English, all niggas called me sellout. However, we had a white boss who would feel the black men on their asses. And they wouldn't say anything about it, but they would call me gay for coming to work to get money because I wasn't trying to fuck all the women on staff. Are you getting me? Because they went to jail or they had, you know, broken, split infinitus and shit, like they were atoms. And you have this white dude touching you on your ass and everyone sees it. And you're black, but me, who demanded respect from that Payless shoe wearing, bald headed, crackhead asshole. Do you know that they got mad at me because the white dude said some shit to me and I embarrassed his ass using standard English? I told him that he needed to see a dentist. I didn't respect him. He's prematurely balding. You should stick to powder cocaine. You're not man enough to do crack. And why would you, as the manager, making more money than all of us, have shoes from Payless? And I think those are women's shoes you have on. And he went crying to all the black people that I didn't respect him. Do you know all the black folks got mad at me? Why did you talk to him like that? Same man that's feeling them on the ass, they came and attacked me because he kept cussing me out. We need to be black before we're educated, black before we're broke, black before we're homeless, black before anything, except for the Most High God that's a God of justice, a God of vengeance, a God of judgment, a God that demands unity, love, and self-respect, a God on the side of the oppressed, a God that says that people have a right to fight, even use violence to defend their lives. Look at the book of Maccabees. It's a great book about how black folks fought Greeks that were forcing their kids to be gay. First book of Maccabees. Look up it. It's in the Apocrypha. The shit ain't hidden. It's online. How white folk even then were trying to fuck all the young black men in the ass. And there were about a third of the niggas says, well, you can fuck my kid as long as I join the new order. Just like what we have now with the CBC and the NAACP, people like Anus Brown and Nkechi Taifa. And then there was Maccabeus, some real niggas that said, fuck this shit, we're going to have a guerrilla war. And there was another group that was nonviolent, sort of like the black Democrat voters, the ones who voted for Ofaga, like the ones in this call. They got wiped out. So there were two groups, a group of Hebrews that were down for their religion and the anuses of their boys being violated. And then there was a group of real Hebrews that were down for a fight. Are you understanding me? This shit really happened. Now, give me just 1 second. This thing is telling me my damn thing ain't charging. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. While he's getting that together, brothers and sisters, please make sure you guys are subscribed. He'll be back shortly. He's just charging his device. Please make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Okay, share this, retweet this on Twitter, post this on Facebook, whatever social media you use, or just like copy the link and then text it to somebody, put it in your group chat, whatever the case is. Make sure you spread this message out because we're gonna have a lot of I'm not gonna say, but you know how YouTube can be, you know what I'm saying, and they try to push this message and try to like hide this message. So it's up to us to make sure that that doesn't happen. So you guys would help out by sharing or whatever, that'd be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to leave a like. Let me check out. You said you already did that. Thank you, the Alu gang. I appreciate that. Let me see. I wonder what our likes are right now. Let me check this out. Let me refresh that. We have, I'm gonna refresh the thing. Let me see. We have 190 likes. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. We got like close to 300 people here. We have 266 people so far. At least that's what it's telling me. So we can get like what extra four. Let's try to have our likes reflect our views.
That's right. Love this brother, man. Help this young. He needs 10,000 people. This is like. There we go. We charging. This brother is. We're gonna call him Afro Wonder, not Afro Elite, like Stevie Wonder. This dude is in his 20s. He's smarter than the niggas my age. I was coming home with my friends from Sudan, and the niggas, let me tell you, we had a mass shooting last summer. Someone came and shot 8 people, 1 block from my house, killing 1. You know, those niggas are sitting out and there was a haze of weed smoke and they're all on a picnic table in the same spot where all their friends got shot. Now, my thing is, you would only have to, make me think you're going to shoot me there. I went over to look at the little shrine and shit for Black, who's got his ass got blown away. He used to come in my house here. And I was up there, and the nigga eased up in the car with tinted windows. I was ready to hit the fucking deck and shit. I gotta get the shit. I don't want to die, right?
Yeah.
That's the last time my ass went up there. You don't have to shit. I know niggas will kill. We wouldn't fight for freedom or justice or reparations, but we'll sure kill someone over a mistaken identity. Or these hoes out here will sure kill a baby. Well, I didn't know. I thought the baby wasn't yours. I didn't know I killed your baby, Afro. He would have had nice skin. I was trying to kill that Black nigga's baby, right? We'll kill a baby. We'll kill a family member. We'll kill someone by mistake. We'll invent gangs. The Bloods and Crips weren't even enemies. Someone decided one day, let's just kill one another. No one's thinking about killing Mr. Penny. No one's thinking about killing Zimmerman. No one's thinking about killing Pantaleo. Nobody's thinking about hurting anybody that kills us. But we do think about hurting somebody that may not even want, some may even love you. Let me tell you how, and I'm going to tell you, the epicenter of Black self-hatred in this country, I hate to say it, it's the Deep South and people from there. Not that I say Northern niggas are any good, because they're not. But let me tell you the thing that blew my mind down when I was in the Mississippi Delta region. Do you know in Memphis and in other places, folks make friends to you to come to your house so they can kill you? It blew my mind. You mean they literally get, come by, hey man, what's up? Let's have a meal today. You come over your house, start being, and then go and kill the person at their house. Black people, they do this shit in Mississippi yes, they do. Arkansas, kill people, especially older women, just hurt someone because they were kind to them. Can't do it to a killer cop. Can't do it to an alt-right. Can't do it to DeSantis. Can't do it to somebody that's saying, die, nigga, die. But you can kill someone that says, hey, how you doing? Love and peace. Now, we're going to talk about Black leadership. So, Nkechi Taifa, back to her, she represents a weaponized Black woman, but in reality, a weaponized so-called Black elite. What people like Soros and others do is get people that they think are elite or influential and get other Black folks in particular these days, stupid ass so-called educated Black women who probably fucked half the teachers they had to get the grades they get. Yes, I said it.
Damn.
I've watched a whole lot of damn sexual shit happen. Dumbass bitches getting stuff because they fuck somebody. And don't worry, we got a whole bunch of Black simp George of the Jungle, Tarzan, Swing Both Way niggas, AC/DC, and their Greek letter shit. They get degrees and such too off of Old Country Road, which is another word for an asshole because it's muddy. These kinds of people end up in positions of authority. They're compromised, they're venal, they're nasty, and they hate real Black people that think or that read or that earn it. They're in complete contempt. That's why HBCUs are bastions of fuck ups. I'm not talking about all the teachers. I'm not talking about all the students. But these places are boule bastions of bullshit. Unfortunately, I wish they weren't. Look at how Howard, or as I say, coward, or how hard, or how weird, had predator, mass incarcerator, Jim Crow Joe. I don't even think he knew where the fuck he was. He was probably too busy thinking about the kiddie porn he watched before he gave his speech. He's at Howard calling white supremacy a national security threat, and he's the biggest white supremacist that we've had on Capitol Hill for the last half century. And Howard had him, and most students there. That's the reason I don't fuck around with Howard, or how weird.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how all the HBCUs, they teach. You know what? White schools teach white kids to rebel and to think. Black schools teach you just bend over, part those cheeks, and don't say nothing. Sit there and just listen to Joe like you know his ass he loves you when it's not fucking true. Let me say some shit about Howard University. Back in 1989, back when, remember the Willie Horton shit? You were probably, no, you weren't even alive then. Damn. Well, Afro Elite, there was a commercial, a political commercial that was talked about a Black man that raped a white woman and killed a white man when he was on a prison release in Massachusetts. And that's how George Bush Sr. became president, off that commercial. The man who basically pushed the whole Willie Horton story was a man named, what's his name? Lee Atwater. Lee Atwater is the most racist, nasty white strategist of all times. Do you know what Howard University did? They put him on the board of trustees. Lee Atwater, as much as they hate Trump, Trump never did to Black people what Lee Atwater did. Howard put him on the board of trustees. You know the only reason that Howard University had Lee Atwater, the reason Lee Atwater left the board of trustees is that the students had to shut the school down. I am proud to say that many of the students who participated in the rebellion against Lee Atwater were people that I politically educated at Carver Hall between 1986 and 1987 and 1988. Do you know when I was just after they illegally had me removed from the board of trustees at Howard, when Enron was stealing all the money from California, Ken Lay, the most crooked white CEO in the history of America, was put on the board of trustees of Howard. The most crooked, inept white man ever, but he's white. Those Howard coons, let me tell you something about the fucking Howard University board of trustee niggas. At least when I was there. There were people on the board of trustees that were multimillionaires that were making money off of Howard University. One of them is Tragic Johnson. Not tragic. Well, yeah, sort of. He wasn't on the board, but Magic Johnson, maybe he was. Maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't. But no, it wasn't him. It's not. Well, Magic Johnson was making money off of Morgan State and Howard, probably not giving much money. What's his name? The nigga that owned Black Enterprises. Forgive me for not remembering his name. Nigga with the big ass sideburns and shit. Let me get his name. He had like big sideburns and shit. He could have hang glide with those things. This gentleman who was on the board of trustees at Howard University. Let me get his goddamn name. This man didn't give Howard one fucking red cent and at least 24 months.
So he's the owner?
Yeah, a Black Enterprises magazine. Forgive me for Graves.
Okay.
Graves didn't give Howard one fucking cent. Not one for at least a 2-year period. I know this. And there were others that didn't give Howard 1 cent. You don't sit on the board of a major university and not give any money. None? Not a fucking penny. I gave more money than multiple members of the board of trustees at Howard University as a broke student and did it who didn't get sufficient financial aid. How could I give more money than this multimillionaire to Howard? Him. By the way, he's a Caribbean too.
Okay. That explains some.
No. Look, Colin Powell was on the board of trustees. Colin Powell was one of the few people that paid $10,000. There's people sitting on the board of trustees at Howard back when I was there that wouldn't give Howard one solitary penny. That lets you know how they feel about that school. It costs them more to have their cars parked. It costs more for the university to pay for their hotel room for a board meeting than what they gave to the school in a 2-year period. This is what the Black elite, we have a crooked, degenerate, wicked group of people that we look up to that we think are for us. They're only for themselves and their families. Let me tell you something, a real story. A Black leadership story. The former chairman of the board of Howard University, I don't give a fuck, I'll say it. His name's Frank Savage. When I was on the board of trustees, I was fighting to get an honorary doctorate degree for Stokely Carmichael, aka Kwame Ture, and for James Farmer, who was head of CORE, Congress of Racial Equality. Mr. Farmer, a friend of mine, I'd met Kwame Ture or Stokely Carmichael many times from the point I was a child. Do you know Frank Savage, who was on the board of Enron, and by the way, had Howard investing money in Enron when the stocks were going down? See this is kind of fucking leadership we have. I said to him, Mr. Farmer, who helped lead the bus boycotts and fight for affirmative action and everything else, he should get an honorary degree. You know what he said to me? He's old and he doesn't have any money. What I want you to know is that Frank Savage said that shit about James Farmer, but Frank Savage was a multimillionaire with houses in Europe and houses in America. I don't think he even gave the annual recommended amount of money that Howard trustees were asked to give, about $10,000, which is chump change to multimillionaires.
Yeah.
You didn't give the full 10,000. There were people up there that didn't give anything, and the same way they don't give to Howard, they don't give to Fisk, which is why Fisk. Everything we have is broke in this country because the Black people that have are pigs, and all they do is throw their money and throw their asses, if they even deal with this at all, to say I'm better than you niggas. But in reality, I like the Bible's thing. Jesus said, if anyone's going to be great, let them be a servant. These niggas only serve themselves. And they served us up on the plate to be eaten by these white devils and by these foreigners and illegals and these sex predators and these toxic, weaponized feminists. This is what we have. We're in trouble, man. We need a revolution. Let me tell you, we need to boycott. The King family wants to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington. What the fuck for? The King family hasn't come out for reparations. Dr. King died talking about reparations. What the fuck is wrong with Bernice King? Her mannish looking ass. I said that too. Martin Luther Queen.
Damn.
They never give up, never see them do anything for us. Never. We should not go to the March on Washington. We have a dream too. Let's stay the hell home. Maybe we can watch that fake ass Martin Luther King movie with the Nigerian and shit.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good dream in our bed, sleep.
Right. I mean, if you're
that.
not talking about reparations, don't go. There's something else. We need to go after the Congressional Black Caucus. And the good news is this is the right time. For all of you, have hope. Some of us needed to see how bad it was. Certain niggas would never believe us until they saw people die from the jabs. To see all this stuff. Certain people said, give Biden a chance, give Obama a chance. They needed to see people get lynched on the subway, see people massacred shopping in the stores before they recognized there's a problem. I thought we were beyond all of that. Bitch, you're beyond using Kotex, but you still got menopause. Life doesn't change. It just evolves. And so we need to grow up, but we need a rebellion. Your generation has to rebel. These boomers and the silent generation niggas, the ones in the 80s still holding on that haven't had a stroke or a heart attack. I wish I could give mine to some of them so they leave us alone. You won't join the movement. You won't pass on any knowledge. You won't love. You won't learn. Won't use the internet. Can't do anything. You want to fucking listen to the Mills Brothers and shit. You want to kiss white people. Your ass needs to die. Please leave us alone. And I hope you go to one of those black graveyards where your shit gets lost so we can forget you were ever here. All you old niggas that have lived too long, who won't sacrifice anything. And for you dumb fuck youngsters who think smoking weed is some holy grail, we had reefer. In fact, the shit we had was better because it wasn't genetically modified. You don't even get real weed anymore. This shit is so stinky until, you can't tell whether you washed on your arms or whether you're high these days.
Damn. Yeah, that's true.
No one would be caught dead smelling like these weed smokers do now. My God. And so look, the black leadership, they're enemies. If you don't see them sacrificing something, the only way you know that a person is some kind of leader or trying to do something for black people, you have to see persecution and retaliation against that individual.
Yes.
If the person has nothing, everything's easy, if they never catch any hell. Now, you know what? I ain't a Muslim, but I'll tell you something. That brother Rizza Islam, his ass is real. Because they fuck with Rizza. If he's the only person in NOI that's for real, I'm not saying he's the only one, Farrakhan lovers. But we know that Rizza's ass is real. Why? Because they mess with Rizza. Rizza must be for real. There are some real Muslims out there, some real Malcolm X Muslims out there, some real Khalid Muhammad out there. There's some real Nat Turner out there. For all you real niggas, I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about you fake niggas. In fact, I wish I could vaccinate all the coons. Man, I'd have a needle bigger than the Washington Monument. I would jack them up. We must, in order to save ourselves, we must have this internal house cleaning. Let me remind you, the mayor of New York, that ugly crackhead, have a nice day, Mr. Yuck looking nigger, Eric Adams, that white dude should be on death row. They should bring back the death penalty for New York City just to make an example of him. But him, Eric Adams, and that sad ass fag. They call him Brad. We should call him fag. That prosecutor, it's a black nigga that let this thing happen. And it's black mayors and democratic cities destroying us across the country, sanctuary cities. We need to get rid of all of this. And you look at your city of Chicago, that punk ass Barbara Jordan looking, trans man Barbara Jordan looking punk ass mayor that you got who's not shit already. He's already worse than Dykefoot. I didn't think you could get worse than hers. I mean, I mean, she's so funky, you probably think her pussy's love canal and shit. And he's already worse than she is. Only difference is we hope he's fucking a black woman. Otherwise, there's no difference.
That's true.
And it's just, it makes me so angry. It makes me so angry. And I want to say something, you know, we have to hold our family accountable. You know, Obama's moving to Kenya next month. I believe he's moving to Kenya to promote LGBTQ. And what hurts me, I think I said it, I'll repeat it. My cousin is a U.S. ambassador to Tanzania. I hope he's not there promoting the gay agenda. I suspect he is. Damn. We have to be hard on family too. We have to stop this shit. We have to stop it. This is being done to us. We have to stop it. No one will stop it but us. Most of our people have been bought. I want to bring up something. In 2016, brother Afro Wonder.
Afro Wonder.
I like that.
That's hey, it worked. If you like it, I love it.
You know, no, because man, but damn, where this nigga come from? What the damn? We thought all the young people did and shit. Look, I can do the electric slide into my grave. If there are more folk like you, your age, shit, damn. I can be a veterinarian. You see how my cat put all this fucking fur on me and I was being attacked by a blue jay in the backyard. I'll send you the pictures. I love nature, plants and shit. I'm more like a George Washington Carver nigga than fighting for black shit. I'm just so angry I can't ignore it. I want to go into botany and biology, but what you see happening to your people, you can't put your energies on animals when your people are being destroyed. But I see you, my brother, and I was like, I saw you do something on TikTok. I says, oh man, I love this kid. I gotta tell everybody about this. God damn, this nigga's like he look like he like 15 years old talking shit like he's 80. God damn, and he's got it so correct. We gotta help him. All of us gotta and protect his ass because they're gonna come for him. I told everybody, I'm telling this nigga, I give you this number, so I have some niggas in there beat new one's head and they fuck with you. I would like for you to live to at least be 80 years old. If we have more people like you live long enough, damn. So yes, I can jump into my grave. I can somersault like that bitch Simone. I could die happy. If they're a bunch like you, fuck. I can like be trifling. I could even like get a white woman, be out on the beach and fake like I'm bougie. But you know what? I couldn't do that shit because, you know, I had this white woman chasing me and I just couldn't I just, damn. See, maybe I could deal with her, but if there was even one black joke in Christmas and shit, you know I would be in jail for mass shooting and shit. A black shooter. I'd be on CNN and shit. Finally, they lit my ass on there as a criminal. That's just, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that's a
that when it's something negative.
No. That's just no. Plus, I like black anyway. I'm racist. I like very black. So, like I said, let's think about Simone. And she had a gymnast body too, no fat. Black and lean. Yes, Lord. Like the young Tremaine Hawkins, that kind of look. It's nice. The Senegalese looking type. Sahelian type sisters with the long faces and shit. Mm-hmm. That's nice. Hair pulled back. You don't even have to have all that fucked up shit on there. Anyway, I can't sell up, but I can die happily if I meet people like you and that are going to do the right thing. And that's so like, it's relieving. That's why everybody be running to you. Damn. He's a baby man. We got, like to us, a child was born, right? Almost like Jesus. Anyway, so we're very happy. So Afro Wonder, yes. For the young people, a handful of you guys can flip all this stuff around. A handful. We need boycotts. we need to start confronting people. We need to make people do stuff. And the good news is that I believe in ancestral moves. And I believe this crisis of now is going to make people do what they need to do. In particular, one thing I'm waiting for, I have a hard on for some bullshit. And that is sometime in the next 18 months, the African Methodist Episcopal Church is going to have to vote on whether they're going to have openly gay bishops and pastors. And the AME Church is supposedly the oldest, most historic Black church. And if those coons do Holy Ghost, Harry Carey, kamikaze suicide, that church, if it doesn't split in half, and it shows you how deviant all those, because it's a big ass boule church, AME, which stands for Ain't Money Enough. Fake ass niggas in there. They act like they're so special because they used to be in a white church. And the only reason that you have an AME church is the white people wouldn't take them. Those niggas would go to church and get beat up at the pulpit trying to show white folk that they were good and tell white people just get the fuck out. Then they left. And they still wanted to be affiliated with the white people that kicked them in the ass. And they have another one called CME, which it used to stand for Covered Methodist Episcopal. Now they changed to Christian. What it really means is Confused Methodist Episcopal, because it started back in Jackson, Tennessee, where Nathan Bedford Forrest, the head of the Ku Klux Klan, was there. And the CME, I mean, it's weak. And then there's an AMEZ, which that says Ain't Money Enough Zoo. And all of these boule type churches, I mean, they're weak. In fact, they've all begged to go back to the white churches that kicked them out. That's like asking to get back with the broad that gave you AIDS that broke up with you. And they see themselves as the pinnacle of Black spirituality and intellectualism. And that's why, what's his name? The one that shot up all the people in the church, Dylan Roth, went in and murdered all those people at the AME church. And remember, the AME church, all those niggas, all Obama had to do was, halfway fuck up. Now, let me see if I could do Obama. At a moment like this, feel kind of bad, because nobody knew that this young man would just come in, just kill people in the church. House of worship. People want to communicate with God, be together. A house of prayer. Now, I'm going to try to make it seem like I give a fuck about you. I got your votes. I'm not going to do anything for you. I run out of stuff to say, well, niggas like music. Oh, amazing grace, how sweet. Was fine. And all the niggas jumped up on stage. It was so disgusting.
Yeah.
You can't look. I'm a Christian, but I ain't a goddamn fool. There was no God in that shit. There's no God in Obama. And there was no God in those nigga preachers up in there, because they got money for those folks who got killed down in, and they got that money real fast, but you know what? They didn't get any money in Buffalo. And Neely didn't get no money, right? And Tamir Rice's mama didn't get no money. Not that we want money. We want freedom, reparations, justice, liberation from bullshit.
Yeah.
And by the way, the fight for freedom, let me remind you, since everybody Black is into white people and you want to do stuff the way white people do it, well, you know how the American Revolution started with white folk kicking white people whose asses weren't on code in the ass. Long before Lexington and Concord, Sons of Liberty and people were kicking the asses of the British citizens that were loyalists to King George, who had a Black wife, telling him, set niggas free. Is my pussy good, George? Good. Right. And George let niggas go too. In 1773, the British government ended slavery in the British Empire, in case you didn't know that. Somerset case. Slavery was supposed to end in 1773. What happened 3 years later? Right? Declaration of Independence for white people. But between that time, right, the Boston Massacre took place in 1770. And just like they ignored Dory Miller, who shot down the planes at Pearl Harbor, and the same way they ignored Mr. Bussy, who killed 200 or more North Koreans in Korea in 1950, or all the other, or the Great Panthers, the first black army, the first American army in the Germany is black, and so forth, or the Battle of New Orleans was won by black soldiers, or that Mr. Sewell Cheswell was the person that made it to Lexington and Concord, not fucked up Paul Revere. The same way that shit was obscured, they didn't talk about Crispus Attucks, and Crispus Attucks is a black Indian. Never heard no nigga with the name Attucks. It's not an English name. It's not an Irish name. It's an indigenous name. Have you ever looked at a Wampanoag? Have you ever seen a Narragansett? They look like us. That's another conversation.
Mm-hmm.
My point again is white folk were on code before the Boston Massacre against the British, going all the way back to the Declaratory Act and all this other stuff. When the British started fucking with their ability to have their own money, they started turning on anybody that was going to fuck with their motherfucking money. And I love that. MFM, y'all. MFM.
I love that too.
Motherfucking money we all needed. I want a check for being a mulatto. I want a check for being a nigger. I want a check for being black. I want to be a check for being an Aboriginal. I want a check for being the descendant of at least 6 or 7 white slave masters who were paid as fuck, and I ain't get shit. And I came out there damn nutsack part. I should get as many zeros as I've got hair on my nuts. Write that motherfucker out. And I'm going to run down the bank. I'll take it in dollar coins and shit if I need a wheelbarrow. I needs my motherfucking money. We all need it. Badder than Long Dawn needs some ass. We need our money. But back to my point. We have to do exactly what white people did. White folks clean house. The Sons of Liberty, they threw these fuckers merchandise in the Boston Harbor and blamed it on niggers. The Boston Tea Party were white people dressed up as blacks destroying shit. It was a coon show. It was a Sambo show, just with some feathers in it. We've seen this shit before. Blackface. They already knew about that shit. So you never thought of the Boston Tea Party as blackface. But that's what it was. Right? They didn't go into the Boston Tea Party whiteface, which meant they had to darken themselves. Do you really think they put red paint on, or did they use cork? And if they used cork, then the color would have been like mine or darker. The Indians were black. What better way to hide your identity than for your face to be so black folks can't remember? They attacked the royal governors. They attacked their families. They attacked their kids. You couldn't collect taxes. They boycotted you. White folks turned anybody that wasn't for the patriotic shit got turned out. White folks ran out at minimum. 200,000 white folks got driven out of America for being loyal to King George. White folks, I didn't spare them. Look, down when I was 3 years old, down in Orangeburg, South Carolina, on my 3rd birthday, same year Dr. King was killed. A bunch of blacks were shot and 3 of them killed at South Carolina State University in Orangeburg because they were trying to desegregate a bowling alley.
Damn.
The reason I'm bringing this thing up is that you hear about the Orangeburg Massacre, February 9th, 1968. But do you know that there was an Orangeburg Massacre where white people executed 14 or more white people were shot down for being loyal to King George. You're not for revolution, white folk will blow your ass away over what they believe in. They will January 6 your ass. What's January 6 for us? What makes black people's blood boil? I don't think anything. It used to be pussy until they started making gay the new black. I don't know anything that we would fight for, die for, kill for, boycott for, band together for. That's a fucking hopeless group of people. If there's nothing that makes you come together, your ass is already dead. We better find out what that is. Because right now, the jury's out. In fact, that's why they're replacing us with all these other people, because they figured black people are finished. Let me tell you something. In 2019, my mentor, Dr. Martin Kilson, died. But do you know, he told me back in 1989 that the CIA and other people predicted that black people's population would be destroyed by AIDS and crack. They'd already modeled that we would be ruined as a people.
Wow.
They basic. This is engineered. All the stuff. The guys who have the dookie streaks with their butts cheeks almost showing when they're sagging. All the women walking around like Mr. T and shit. All the stuff that you see, and we've gone from the A team to the gay team. Damn. This is engineered. We have to rebel against deviancy, being drunk, being intoxicated, being filthy, being dishonorable, and wanting to belong. Look, I'm not trying to be cute. I will tell anybody I'm anywhere from 18 to 33 and a third % white. I'm as white as I fucking am ever going to be. I don't want to be anymore. I don't want to assimilate. I've never wanted to assimilate. Trust me, I was so shocked when I started learning about all these white slave masters. Man, I'm going to just break that and say, no. I was looking I didn't want to be a house nigger. It's not me. I can't stand it. It just blew my mind to find out I'm a house on both sides of the family, a house nigga. Damn. I can't do it. I don't hate anybody. I just don't want to be anything but me. Those of us who like who and what we are, that don't have this black self-hate cancer bullshit going on in our hearts, souls, and minds, need to band together. And all of y'all that hate being black, if you can't find the cyanide pill and shit, I wish I could have a prepaid envelope to send you guys sign so y'all could all commit suicide, leave us the fuck alone, so we can stand and fight. And I always recommend for Negroes who are defeatists, you're traitors. If you don't think we can get reparations or our freedom, you're a traitor. Defeatism in the military is something that they can have your ass shot by firing squad. Black folks who say we can't get reparations, black folks who say we can't stop police violence, folks who say anyone that says that we can't do it, you're an enemy to your people, that we need intersectionality, we need feminism, we need to be allied with gays, we need to be allied. Pride Month is coming up. Well, the nice thing about Pride Month is that, black is in the rainbow too, right? This filth. Anyone that doesn't think that we can't be free is an enemy to their race. Let me tell you something. Every people, the Italian Americans had a thing called the Black Hand. If you sold Italians out, they would burn your store, they'd beat your ass, they'd get you if you sold out. We're the only people that lit our traitors, like Al Sharpton. The most horrific thing that almost made me have a fucking heart attack in Abyssinia churches, they kept praising Al Sharpton at Ultimatic's funeral. It was making me lose my mind. I had to check my blood pressure. It was like 180.
Oh, wow.
And I just have to tell myself, I don't hate coons. I don't hate coons. I don't hate coons. I don't hate coons. God's going to kill coons. He's going to burn them in hell. All of them going to die. They're going to be destroyed. Let him go. God's going to get them. God's going to get their asses. Don't die. Don't let these niggas overcome your mind. Just let them go.
God's gonna get them. We gonna get them. You got Afro Elite. They gonna get these niggas, even if you die. But don't die. Don't let them. And so my blood pressure came down to like 128.
Okay,
but
good.
All of us have hypertension because we're seeing all this shit happen to us, and fuckers like Nkechi and Al Crapton and all these other sellout niggas are destroying us, and they'll never ever stop. We must stop them. The same way the Sons of Liberty would tar and feather people. If you tried to carry out King George's stuff, they would fuck you up in the revolution's name. Who have you fucked up in the name of black people? Who have you checked? Who in your family? In fact, nigga, if you have a sellout bitch, no matter if you just refuse to give a dick once or twice over some political shit, that bitch should start reading the autobiography of Malcolm X. And I can assure you, sisters, if you were to shut down pussy and hold out a book and shit, I want to read a book before you get some. And you get a book, there are a whole bunch of dudes, man. I'm going to try not my dude. Use that pussy for revolution. Use that dick for revolution. You get what I'm saying? You know what? White homosexuals are still white supremacists. Why are black homosexuals like Lori Dykefoot Coons, Screw Paul, Silly Davis, what's his name? Silly, the one out in California, Billy, whatever. What is he? Silly Porter.
Billy.
The one why are all the black gay folk house niggas? Why are y'all all canapes to white supremacy? Almost all of y'all dick sucking traitors, pussy munching traitors. And then all the brothers and sisters that would sell out your people for some, recreational, interracial sex, and the babies getting aborted. And all of y'all killing babies and not forming families. This shit has to stop. The black leaders, misleaders, should I say, that are betraying us, taking money from Soros and Emily's List and Bill and Melinda Gates and from Pfizer and the other people that kill us. They have no incentive to stop if we don't stop them. People need to understand that punk-ass James Brown was forced to record Say It Loud, He's Black and He's Proud. The Black Panthers jumped his ass. Says, nigga, you're going to make a song we want. We tired of all this boogie and, doing the J. Nigga, you're going to cut a song that tells the truth to people. James Brown was forced to make that record. We need to make Gay-Z and Be Shitty and Dopra. Make these people do what they're supposed to do. We can make these people. We have power. We need to stop doing horizontal violence on sisters and brothers, killing the unborn. Stop blowing out each other's backsides and each other's throats, and sisters who are studs killing each other. We need to find God. We need to have absolute right and wrong, freedom or death. And if we don't have that, we don't have shit. We should just let all the foreigners and illegals and the other people just take all of our shit because we're not worthy of it. Our ancestors stood for something. My ancestors that were in the Dismal Swamp, my ancestors that were in the Everglades, some of us had, not everybody was a slave. Maybe most people went along with that shit. But not everybody. That's why the system had to change, because you can't chain up everybody. All of you that are Maroons need to rise up. I'm not talking about anything stupid. You can stop going to the nail parlor if they don't have any black people there, if it's not black owned. You can start looking at what you can do, whether it's having books, whether it's following Afro Elite, whether it's listening to Professor Black Truth, whether it's growing a garden, share some of the proceeds, do something with at least 2 or 3 other people that can help advance us. Now, let me stop and do a commercial, Brother Afro Elite.
Okay.
I'm not just talking, people. I'm not just talking. I need to let you know a couple of things. First thing you need to know, even if someone tells you otherwise, even if I'm not in control of how all things go, I've done some things in my day. Have you heard of Black Agenda Report? If you have, okay. If you look it up, I'm a co-founder of what at one point used to be one of the most progressive Black publications in the country. I need people's help because I want to do more things. I have started a group called the Black American Constitutional Political Action Committee. I need your support. What we want to do, we're working with Brother Ogun, and we're looking to work with other people to help people with media, help people with lawyers, to help people with businesses. Can you put that, share that thing up there, and also pull up the Black American Political, put up my thing. We need your financial support. I have established.
This is the Black Agenda Report. What else did you want me to put up?
Okay, well, Black Agenda Report. I just need to say this to you. It's in publication now. I, at this moment, how it's being run and all that, I'm not really involved with. However, I'd be more than happy, Brother Afro Elite, to take a picture of the annual report. And, for a corporation, if you're making the annual report, it means what? You own the company. Whether somebody's doing something and they're not working with me, that's a whole different matter. But let me just say this. Legally, as a founding and the only surviving founding member of Black Agenda Report and LLC as an heir, okay, it means that I'm a part owner. I just want to say that. So Black Agenda Report was started in 2006. So you don't just hear me talk. I'm doing or helping other people do things. I don't just talk. I just want you to know that. I got my 2 books. You see me in film. I'm doing something. I need people's help because this Black American Constitutional Political Action Committee, we want to replace and get rid of the NAACP. It's just a few of us. We want you to reach out and work with us. We need people to work with us in each city. We need support. You can always email me. My email is up there. And as well, I'll just tell you, I have another group, another LLC that I established. I've been doing some research. It's called the Society for Aboriginal and African Research. So I need to pay my fee. I created an LLC to do genealogical research. And I did all this stuff, I've been sick, working, but every now and then I'm able to go to the archives, dig up stuff. That's my group, BPAC. We're working with Brother Ogun, and we're working with other people. I want to let you know that Brother Ogun, we know that the people that we had call and raise hell in Houston played a role in that death certificate being released. In fact, that death certificate was released within a week of us coming to a formal agreement with Brother Ogun after they had been waiting. Okay. What we want to do, part of our strategy, because I work with a phenomenal sister, Dr. Hollis, is to use media, film, as well as legal services to force change for not just for police violence, but for businesses. If folks have a business and they're willing to work with us, we'll do what we can to help you. If we can't help you, we'll let you know. But I work with Brother Ogun, and if it's serious, we do something. The goal of Black American Black American Constitutional Political Action Committee is to be what AIPAC is for Jews. As well as we're looking at what we'll do in reciprocal Pan-Africanism to work with people throughout the world that are Black, but with our focus on continental Blacks in North America. Need your support. You need to know that the crooked mayor of DC and other people took a contract from my employer, so it unemployed my ass. I thought I'd at least have it for about 8 months. You know how shit works when you outspoken money is always disappearing and shit.
Yeah.
And
it's true.
It just vanished. It's like, damn. So I definitely, yes, I'm begging. I was going to work. I was doing what I was supposed to do. Something illegal happened. People who are not supposed to have the contract that have been mistreating Black seniors were able to use corruption, and foreigners who are hiding behind white folks got a contract that's supposed to be for Black American businesses, and that basically kicked me out of a position. I wasn't even making that much. I don't need much. The only thing I spend my money on is books and, give mom a piece, eat, and then keep it moving. And what little bit, that shit's gone. So I have to do my entrepreneurial stuff. I also want to let y'all know I'm going to be doing fundraising because I'm working with Sister Sean, who I think I've introduced you to.
Yeah. We're
going to start doing a thing in DC, and I want to do the books and all. And please stay in touch with me, brother. I mean that. I'm sincere. If you're cool, I'm cool too. I think you'll learn that. You call me if I could do something for you. You have to say, yep, he's not difficult. If people treat me decently, I'm decent back. If I get messed over, I don't hurt fucking, just leave them alone. And I don't fuss, don't say much, just vanish, do something else. There's always something to do because our community's in such dire straits. I want folks to know that my PayPal is wrandyshort@gmail.com as well. That's my personal email, and I do respond to emails. I do. I think you know that, brother.
I can contest to that. He does.
I try to respond. Sometimes there's a couple of people I need to get back to, but look, you have no idea. I am learning to deal with high blood pressure and diabetes. Damn, all this shit at one time. But anyway, something else. I have a I have a Cash App, which is Dr. Randy Short. I absolutely need people's help for the next, let's say, few days, because we want to try to come back in the StreamYard, to come back into some of the things and begin to put stuff out, because the next 18 months are going to be some of the most crucial months in the history of Black people in the last 100 years. And I need to be out there. I haven't been doing a whole lot of stuff. I've been mostly you and Brother Dewan, and more you than Dewan because Dewan is busy. You know what I'm saying? But I need your support. And I'm going to do a GoFundMe for this media thing that we need to do. On top of that, for BPAC, we want your support. And I would love to talk to people. We want to do that. Want to remind people, let them know I have books and things. Hey, buy a book, do something. We're going to have merchandise, all of that. But more importantly, results. One thing we did, and I'm very proud of, I have a dear friend who's a trash man, who's been trying to get a promotion for 10 years. I raised some hell. He just got a 2-step promotion after 10 years. I told him, let me work these niggas for you. I hate coons. God help me. I'm supposed to have love in my heart. I just don't like racists, and I don't like coons. I just can't love them. God help me. That's the sin in my life. I hate coons. I really hate coons.
I can't blame you. I cannot.
I hate coons. And I hate racists. I don't hate white. I hate race. I hate feminism. And I hate abortion. That's some shit I just can't. And I hate pedophiles. All of them. God help me. I just can't get past that. Pray for me. And if you mess with Black people, if you're hurting Black women and girls, by the way, that's something else. Even my fellowship, which is SALT, stands for Salvation and Liberation Temple. One of our members is the Mother of the Year for American Mothers in Mississippi. We're organizing to do what we can to fight against human trafficking of Black women and girls. And it's small. We're starting, but we need support. Oh, Selfish is doing something. I was like, what the hell is going on? So as long as she doesn't bother my equipment, I'm fine. You know, this cat has turned off my my camera. They got angry.
Wanted some attention, huh? Said that you've been on too long. Turn the camera off.
No, this cat doesn't like. This cat is a white supremacist. They don't like me talking to black people. Anyway, so look, I need your support, and I really do need it. In particular, I was like, damn, I just started working, getting shit balanced, and then all this shit's gone. And people don't realize there's this constant attack. And I want to say this to you. Black Agenda Report right now is receiving a lot of money from George Soros related groups. That doesn't have anything to do with me. And that's something that's going to come out later. I'm just saying this for you to understand how things are hijacked. So think about it. I helped form it, and someone else has something doing stuff promoting LGBTQ and illegals and all this other stuff under the name Black Agenda Report, collecting hundreds of thousands of dollars. I haven't gotten a penny, but the corporation's in my name. I'm just saying, this shit's really happening. And it's Soros-funded people pushing shit that we don't need. Think about fighting for everybody, Africa, Latins. They get around to black people sometime, right? That was not the original plan. It's been hijacked. It's been hacked. I'm fine with shit. I mean, payback's coming. I don't know, but Negro's gonna find out. Had I died last year, this criminal shit that they've done would go unpunished. I'm still here. As I feel more healthy and I get myself together, someone's going to have to explain how something created to uplift black people is in the control or being funded by a Hungarian Jew that wants us erased by foreigners. And they're using a weaponized black woman and shit. When this shit hits, I'm going to become one of the most hated niggas in America for exposing fake leftist progressive niggas, sucking the crack out of white people's asses, faking like they're for us. Coon Buster, who you gonna call? But I need your help. I need folk to drop DR Randy Short some MFM. Not for me to chase white women and go to Red Lobster, not to buy Maserati or Michael Jordan shoes and shit. I just need some working capital for several different causes. Okay, BPAC is moving. BPAC needs your support. SALT needs your support. The Society for Aboriginal and African American Research needs your support. And Sister Sean and I, Sister Shira and I'm gonna work with Sister Eve. We need a crisis response team that when shit happens, like Nkechi's doing shit like this, some of us, and this is what the larger platforms and other people, we love them, but they should be sharing some of the fucking salami with us. Not a whole lot, but some seed shit. Can you imagine if you just got some operating capital from people who are pulling in far more than you, how much more you could do, brother Afro Elite?
I could do a lot more.
Not saying millions, but just some other shit. I mean, it would be, or why don't we have a unified social media platform or channel where we could all go to? Why do we have to operate through other people's stuff when there are enough black tech folk making all this stuff? Why? I don't know how to do it, but I would go. I went over to the black things. You can't find black people. They want to talk about relationships and half their asses are bi and shit. I mean, so, I mean, you end up the only place you can find black people. It's sort of like you go to a white church because the preachers at least halfway say shit versus the black church. Oh, my mind, Jesus. Hey, 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 hey. Right, right. So you get, they call that a sermon and shit. And you're like, you don't know that nigga's touching himself behind the pulpit, right? Nah. Maybe hit himself in the nuts to get those notes and shit. We need to come together. So, brother, I'm always open if I can do something. I do want you to connect with those Negroes in Chicago. I sent you some numbers. I need to send you Sister Temple. I know some crazy ass Wazis in Chicago that will help you expand. Now, I want to say this to everybody watching. You're not going to find a brighter, purer, better person than this Afro Wonder, aka Afro Elite here. He needs 20,000 or more people, 100,000 people. Young people need to see somebody their age that's serious. You don't have to go to jail and get your ass blown out and sell block A and do some Malcolm X shit and then come out and then get serious, that you can be serious and never go in the system. You can be thinking and doing adult, serious, world impacting things early on, like this guy's been doing for several years. Everybody needs to like this show. Everybody needs to share this show. Yep. He's been bubbling near 6,000. Come on. 150 of y'all could make this thing 6,000. And then all of y'all need to send this. All of you need to send this to 100 people. Get his ass to 10,000. Like Brother Dewan. It's helped him. For Dewan, I remember he had less than 1,000. We worked together and his channel blew up. Now they mess with it, but we need to see him get to 10. And, you know, I could tell anyone, I did that a minute and 30-second interview, and it took 3 or 4 hours for YouTube to let me post it. That's how heavily censored I am. So I don't really try too hard to do stuff. I go on other people's platforms because they see my shit and they just say no. And I'm thinking, you don't hear me talk about guns. You don't hear me talk about hurt nobody. You don't hear me talking about hate nobody, right? What's so radical other than the people who listen to me are terrified of the impact that I have, in particular impact I have on people your age, brother. I had no idea. I said, people 18 listen to me, I should be a boring old nigga, right? You know, with gray hair on my nuts and shit, talking about stuff from the 60s and 70s. But they're terrified of people who can reach between the generations, people that can impart information, right? People that are funny, like, you know, when I be making jokes, like saying, you know, what does Kamala Harris have in common with a good business?
What?
Low overhead.
Hey, that's true.
You get what I'm saying? It is true. No, and you know, and I know this goes back to the Greek motherfuckers. I don't like any of you. I never joined. It was always bullshit. It's all bullshit. And yeah, and I do lots of nasty shit. If you really like me or love me, just accept me as a brother, accept me as a friend. Why do you have to hit me on the ass? What do you want to do with someone's ass before they can be friends to you? That's sort of like a dude saying, girl, you gotta give me some pussy first, and if I like it, then I think we could be friends. I gotta beat on you and hit you for a couple weeks, and then we cool. That's some slavery shit. It's bullshit. We need to rebel against the bullying. They're degenerate, they're nasty, they're foul. So, my brother, people, support Afro Elite. Help him out. He needs to have many. And of course, bless people like me and Brother Winters. We'll come back as often as you invite us. Even if I become big and famous, I'll still remember you, you know, and, you know, we have to help in particular anybody that's fair complected, being as radical as him. This dude probably had to carry around guns and shit and say, don't look at my complexion, look at my commitment. I'm teasing you, don't worry. Because I don't know, because black folk are we're so full of shit as a people. Damn. But I love us. We have to love one another. But I'm very proud. I'm always happy. I always talk to people about this cat and keep all those ratchet niggas away from you, like your fake whack panther niggas, and just stay their asses away from you. But bless him. Send his ass some money. Can't someone do a power contribution? Somebody's got $20 that they can drop on his ass. Make him feel good. This nigga be working hard. Whenever I call him, Dr. Short, I'm on break. I don't know what kind of job. I don't know if he's working at Burger King or some shit like that. But he's always like at work, long ass hours and shit. Somebody should make a power contribution. I don't want it all. I can't do it all. I can't reach people that he reaches. Give his ass some MFM, some motherfucking money for the baby. That's what we call him. Because, I was thinking about a cartoon for you, and it's a cartoon that would have Afro Elite with the pacifier in his mouth, and he's in a baby carriage, and he has a grenade, and he has Black Freedom scribbled BLAK Freedom now. And he's a little baby with the grenade and shit is smoking. and he has like a little bonnet on his head, and he's looking like he's gonna throw the grenade at you. And it's is this your child? I told him about this picture that we have, and the baby looks just like him with the grenade. He's about to throw it. He's gonna throw a bomb at you. And it's like, don't look, that baby is dangerous. So anyway, I was just joking with an artist friend of mine to do that. But bless him, send him some money. Are you getting some money? Somebody, I don't want to leave until they send you something.
Yeah,
did someone give you something?
People sending me
send them some money.
Shout out to, it was a couple. Let me actually check this app. I don't want to give out your name, but shout out to our sister Star.
Yes.
Shout out to Pamela.
Yes.
And Melvino. Shout out to you all.
Yes.
I'm just gonna say your first name. That's it.
Send this brother some MFM. I think some people sent me some MFM. I thank you. Let me tell you, this month was crazy. I lost my gig. And I'll tell y'all something. Let me just tell you so I can make y'all laugh. The one thing, the COVID wasn't so bad because my ass was broke before that shit happened. But because of COVID, I had unemployment. I even had SNAP. Let me tell you, I like the SNAP card so much. If it had a hole in it, I would have screwed the card. I mean, I would have turn that thing around, like where the strip is. I mean, I love the SNAP card. But, Biden cut the shit off. And I said, welfare is kind of cool. I would turn my back on niggas too if I had a car like this every time. I mean, you got everything that you wanted. If I saw like scallops and shit, stuff I would never buy with my own money, I was like, charge it. Taxpayers got my back and shit. I was like eating all kind of quail and shit. I love the SNAP card. That shit was cool. Everybody should have one. In fact, why the fuck is there a problem with the card? I mean, they're giving it to the illegals $7,000 a month to these motherfuckers. And folk have an issue, so all you assholes out there bitching about me having SNAP, y'all not saying shit about these illegals getting $7,000 a month. On top of that, getting double amount of money for Section 8 than what black people get. So fuck you very much if you didn't like that. I love the SNAP card. I'm telling you, a SNAP card with pussy, man, I would owe so many people money for child support because I would wear that damn card out. I love the SNAP card. Let me tell you, the shit like pomegranates and stuff, normally it's $5 a piece. Hell, that shit will go bad before I'm be over the reduced thing and shit. I may buy it then. But with the SNAP card, my God, it was like Jesus coming back. I would wear that shit out, man. Oh my God, a porterhouse. I'm not even supposed to eat red meat. I think I'm gonna like fuck with my blood pressure and shit. I'm gonna have that shit. I loved it. But you know what? That shit disappeared. And the reason I didn't like do it is, oh my God, well, I'll be working shit. I don't need SNAP. So let SNAP go. And then the job cuts. Like, fuck. I don't have my damn welfare, and I love welfare. It was wonderful. Welfare is beautiful. welfare for the rich. They get tax write-offs and inheritance shit. Fuck, at least we should be able to get some steakums and shit. We should be able to get some organic shit, like the nice organic grapes and shit, and the organic bananas and shit that are full of fruit flies because they haven't been sprayed with pesticides. So your house has all the bugs and shit, but it does taste better. Um, shit, I love that shit. And I still have the card in there. I just carry the card around, I be having memories. I feel like Teddy Pendergrass and I be looking at my snap card. Oh, close the door. Anyway, but definitely bless us, y'all. Bless this dude. Send him a contribution. Some people sent me a donation. A couple. I don't know if they.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Yeah, you're back. You froze up for a minute.
Well, I was going to try to call the name. Several people sent me a donation. I thank you. My God, I need so many more. I absolutely want to make certain. The main thing that's worrying me is that I need to clear for me to keep my research thing in. I need to get like 300. I like that. The niggas from down south that come to DC. Yeah, I need 300. We had a guy who lived and we would play Monopoly and he would say 100. I need 300. I definitely need to get that. I'm gonna get it too. It's in the house. I know people love me. I love them too. We need to do something again. And folks, you sent that thing, repost that thing. That's a virtual summit for Nkechi Taifa. Folks need to come in there and turn that bitch out.
Yeah, let me repost or put the flyer back up. This is the flyer right here.
And look up that the bitch with the Nigerian husband. She's been pushing the jab and shit. And I'm gonna call him Gay Wimbush now. Just selling out for this shit. This is just so outrageous. It's almost like Boyce Watkins talking shit to Tariq. I thought Boyce Watkins was cool. Now he got that new woman because he looked good, got his teeth fixed. He looks happy, having some great married sex. I'm happy for him. But don't stab Tariq in the back.
Yeah.
Moist Watkins. But anyway, I like a lot of stuff he does, but damn. We need to stop doing that. I'm not mad at anybody. I don't. My thing is, but we don't have to fight. We don't have to do that. Why are people jealous of Tariq? Tariq is imperfect. Tariq is one person. If you get anything done with Black folks, it's a miracle because of how we act and how we do stuff. Who'd have thought that a publication I helped establish that had been broke would get hijacked by Soros, and now they're funding it. Everybody else died broke. My ass almost died. And they got Asians and shit writing stuff. On Democracy Now!, Amy Goodman's ass wouldn't want to see me up there because I would call that Jew bitch's ass out.
Yeah, I know. The security already got your face recognized, so they already know.
Well, no, I would be honest with her ass. And look, when you look like Holly Harvey needs to get her hair done and shit after all these years, when you can't lead me to a beauty parlor, how are you going to inform my opinion? I mean, and yes, looks do matter. Looks do matter. People don't get erections and you don't have waterfalls for people that are homely. You really don't. Mm-hmm. And I'm so sick of people telling folks that are fat and ugly that they're beautiful. They're not. Lose the damn weight. Okay. And it's not so much, I don't need to be pretty. I'm a man. I should look male. Okay, so I don't want to look. Remember, Genuine was so pretty, all the trans were harassing him. That's the one thing when you look kind of masculine, you're not a target of certain stuff. Because there'd be a lot of trans that are really passable and shit. The thing is, I'd be looking and shit, see a little darkness where they had some electrolysis and shit.
Yeah, y'all got to pay attention to those signs.
You have to pay. In fact, I don't want to meet you. I want to go to your family and see your baby pictures. I want to see your birth certificate. In fact, I want to see Your Kotex. I'm gonna look and see if there's a real stain in there. Make certain it's not ketchup.
Mhm.
Or Tabasco. Or if they're Latino, it's probably what is that? Salsa. They take the little peppers and shit out, try to fool people. But people, wake up. Support Brother Afro Elite. Support your local black activists. Yes, I put a lot of foul, nasty humor in it, but you know what? It made Richard Pryor rich. It made Eddie Murphy rich. It's made Dave Chappelle's ass rich. We're not even trying to be rich. We just want to have enough operating stuff to be able to be voices that you wouldn't ordinarily hear. Understand that there's all kinds of censorship in the country. Let me say one more thing to you, and I'll let you go. There's a legal case down in Texas, Brother Afro Elite, where the head of Homeland Security, the head of the Justice Department, and one other person are facing a push for them to be impeached because at least 600,000 Americans have been targeted and harassed, many of them killed by the government, or censorship over people talking about politics, race, and other things are being attacked by the government. Everybody wondered about me. All of a sudden, heart attack, all this shit happened. Something happened to you. As far as I know, nah, maybe someone targeted me. All this stuff, all at one time, no proof, no, right? Never sick before, nothing. I had someone say someone did something to you. It's like, me? Why? You don't know how long we're here. You don't know how long Afro Elite is here. Afro Elite, didn't some people try to hook up with you that are agents to fuck over you? Remember I called you, says, brother, no, those people are agents. I know them. I've known them 40 years. Please, brother, don't. Those folks are dangerous. I have folks who've been destroyed, people put in jail, people who've been killed, people who've been ruined by these people. I even had one of those niggas that was with the Panthers who had a record of sexual offender of underage people, who was one of the leaders of the Panther Party. Real talk. We can talk about that offline.
Yeah.
They did a home invasion. I was there. The shit's really happened. I was wondering why his kid would cry so much. Maybe he was raping his own son. That was a baby.
Yeah, we'll talk about that offline. Yeah, we can talk
offline. You see what I'm saying, brother? I'm not saying this is. I don't give a fuck about sellout coon niggas. I'll tell your damn business. It's time for us to snitch. We need to snitch out coons and traitors. In my term, black necks and pork chops. And I love that term, fagonist. A fagonist is a punk ass, simp ass. Basically, he may be straight, but he has a faggot worldview. He's a male feminist that's for killing babies, and he accepts trans and shit. You're a fagonist, like Obama. Oh, fagga, actually. It's time for me to go. I've worn out my young friend. I'm his foul-mouthed uncle. But at least somebody told the truth. Somebody need to tell y'all the truth. I mean, somebody has to say how shit really is. Somebody has to say that Maxine Waters looks like a salamander with the wig on. Somebody has to say this shit. Somebody has to tell you about the church of God that was in Christ and the ain't money enough church, and call out punk ass in the closet TD Jakes and Tim Scott, nigga. Only difference between Tim Scott and Cory Booker is that Cory Booker has a beard. Yes, I did say that. Okay. If you really want to make the news, come out the closet, nigga. Yes, I'm so bad. Anyway. Yes. All right. I gotta go. Send us some love. Share this. Support this channel. I love you all. Stop voting Democrat. Don't vote for the Satan. Trump didn't treat us as bad as Biden. And no, you don't have to love Trump. All I've asked people to do is hate both parties. In fact, hate everybody that hates you. That's all I asked. We don't have to be in the hot tub French kissing the Democrats because we don't like the Satan or we don't like the alt-right. We shouldn't like anybody that doesn't like us. We should love each other. And when I mean love, I don't mean trying to use an ass. In fact, my little saying is, you can't legislate an asshole into a pussy. I don't care what Obama or Biden says. Okay? An asshole will always be a funky dead end. And a pussy will always be the highway to heaven. Oh, I'm on my way to Canaan land. All right, y'all. It's time for me to go. Love you, brother Afro Elite. You are just setting it on fire. Oh my God, I love these young ass black kids. And I don't even have to watch you roll blunts and shit. I know that you're a sober nigga, so I'm just so happy. And like I said, and I'll keep saying it, if pussy isn't a religion, it should be one. In fact, let's all make some money and start that. And you know what? That would be the one religion we could get all black men to agree on. Can you imagine when we put? I mean, we'd have so much unity.
Hey,
well, yeah. Let's start that. You know, can you imagine? Screw I say, come I say, thus say, bust the nut I say. Right.
You have a lot of passion and energy. And
yes, we would get a whole lot of help anyway, but we need families. We need God. Seriously, love each other, help each other, read, support each other, exercise. Don't hate anybody. Work with anybody that will work with you, but be one. Black first. Okay?
Black first.
Good night. Much love to you, brother.
Good night. Much respect. Hope to see you again soon.
Oh, well, whatever you want, call me.
All right, I definitely will. You know, I'll take you up on that. I just sometimes they don't know. We just be talking on the phone and calling each other. So yeah,
but that's good. At least look, I'm a teacher, man. They kicked us out of the classroom. We have to have that conversation. They purged the universities. They purged the schools, they purged the Boys and Girls Club, and they replaced us with drag queens. So this is the one time I get to teach. Trust me, my students love me. My classes were fun. I mean, you just had a class. You learn shit every time you talk to me, right? And you be laughing and shit. And learning does not require boring speech. So for all the little fake niggas that be taking milk and magnesia to get his shit out, for all you that chew free dent because you don't have any more teeth, you old niggas, this is the way that you're going to have to reach people, because vulgar is in. That old boring shit in church with, have a little talk with Jesus when you niggas don't even know who he is anyway. Nowadays, you have to keep it real 24/7. And maybe one day when we get together, I can go back to using words like epistemology and hermeneutics. I could do that shit. But you know what? Nobody really talks like that.
That's true.
And the people that do talk like that, let me tell you, all the people that were really in all this philosophical shit, they were all freaks. And Harvard was just full of freaks. If I were a trillionaire, I wouldn't give Harvard any money. I'm just telling you. Nasty ass people in that place.
Yeah, can't be mad at you.
No, don't be mad. There's some nasty ass people, and I'm just telling you. Real talk. Okay, I'm out. Much love to you. Bye.
Much respect. Well, brothers and sisters, that was Dr. Randy Short. He will be returning sometime soon. I hope you guys enjoyed our special guest. Hope you guys liked the stream, shared the stream. Give the thumbs up. Thank you for everybody who's been here. We've had hundreds of people stay like the entire time. So that's a blessing. Yeah. And as you can tell, me and Dr. Short clearly have a very close relationship. So, there's a lot of humor that me and him are aware of and joke about. So as you can see, we have a lot of inside jokes. With that being said, I'm not accepting any baby jokes from nobody else. Just letting you guys know that right now before people get carried away. So we've been on here for a minute, a good 2 hours, a lot of game, a lot of knowledge, a lot of empowerment has been done in these 2 hours. So if you guys like what you guys have heard here tonight, please make sure you guys subscribe so that way it can help this channel grow, become a bigger channel. We're going to have more content like this. He's definitely going to be back. We're going to have more guests coming up. So definitely make sure you guys are subscribed and hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any future content that we have coming up. Make sure you guys like this. Make sure you guys share this. Also, too, you guys can follow me on my various social media pages, which is Afro Elite on Instagram and then the Afro Elite on Twitter. And all of that is in the description below. Let me give a shout out to Tom, if our good brother Tom Slick is in the building still for his $10 super chat. He says, good one, A plus. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And then we have our good brother Cyberdyne for the 1999 super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, brother. Also, too, we have cash apps from Darius. Shout out to our brother Darius. And then Kenya. I'm not gonna say y'all last names, but I appreciate y'all cash apps. I see it. I appreciate all of the support from every single last one of you brothers and sisters. You all make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Because as he's saying, I mean, we should be getting 20,000. Like, come on now. We got this. This is our year. All right. With that being said, brothers and sisters, be one salute to every single last one of you guys. And of course, you all have a good one.